Isang masayang pagbati na may ngiti sa aking mga labi. Naghahanap ba kayo ng makakatuwang sa pagre-review ng inyong anak? Meron yan sa DepEd. Ang ETUlay online tutorial ay libre at handog ng ating kagawaran sa pangunguna ng OUA ICTS EdTech. Ito ay isang proyektong makatutulong sa mga mag-aaral, katuwang ang mga magulang o kasama sa kani-kanilang tahanan para masagutan at maunawaan ang mga modules. Hangad din ng programang ETUlay ang matulungan ang ating mga guro sa kanilang mga blended learning classes. Ang ating ETUlay ay mula kinder hanggang senior high school. Bukod sa academics, meron din tayong mga special programs gaya ng All is Wellness, Reading and Math Remediation, Storytelling, Mommy Tech Talks, Classes sa Gramatika, Speech Class, Financial Literacy, at marami pang iba. Pinalawig din ng ETUlay ang ating Alive program para sa mga mag-aaral mula grade 1 hanggang grade 3. Gayun din ay mayroon tayong ALS program at SPED tutorials na makasisigurong makakamit ng lahat ang inclusive education. May SPED hotline na rin para sa inyong mga katanungan patungkol sa special education. Kaya, subaybayan mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, mula 9:00 ng umaga hanggang 7:00 ng gabi ang ating ETUlay. Sa ating pagtutulungan, maiaangat natin ang bawat isa. Ating itutulay ang pagkatuto upang di mapigil ang pag-aaral ng kabataang Pilipino. Itulay natin ito, sulong edukalidad.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Okay, so we're live na. Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. Ayan. So welcome sa ating mga manonood dito sa ating DepEd ETUlay online tutorial for grade 6 mathematics. So, ayan. So, ako muna makakasama ninyo ngayong hapon ito. So, wala mas tutor Prince. So, solo flight muna ako. So, muli, ako po ang inyong tutor for today. Ako po si Tutor Andre, your math way. Ayan. So, ako muna makakasama ninyo this afternoon for our grade 6 mathematics online tutorial. Okay, so bago muna tayo magsimula ay batian portion muna tayo. Ayan. So, sino-sino nga ba mga manonood sa atin ngayong hapon ito? So, unahin ko muna. So, ayan. So, ang ating soulmates, Adrian Ray Rivera. Ayan. So, happy learning everyone. And his advices, Ma'am Sani Bicame Rarama. Ito si Tricia Lorraine M. Paguyo. Happy learning everyone. Mula naman dito sa San Pedro Villa Concepcion Elementary School sa Roas East District SDO Isabela. Ayun. So same thing din kay Gerald RV Cantor, yung ating soulmate. Ayan. Mula naman din sa San Pedro Villa Concepcion Elementary School. Kay Arian Miles Felipe mula sa Camp Melchor F. de la Cruz, Gamo District SDO Isabela. Ayun. Si Aldritz Mecate, happy learning everyone. Ganun din. Magkaklase sila nila Gerald and Tricia. Ayan. Si Aldritz Mecate, ganun din. Ayan. Sa San Pedro Villa Concepcion Elementary School. Si Nigel John Pelaez, good morning po. Ayan, si Gwyneth Angeline sa Aurora Quezon Elementary School, STO Quezon City. Ayan. Si Christina Agsunod, happy learning everyone. And of course, yung ating suking-suking teacher na pinapanood sa kanyang mga students mula po sa Santa Cruz Central Elementary School. Magandang hapon po. Mula sa SDO Laguna, si Sir Renz Christian Pabico. Good afternoon po, sir. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Lagi pagtutok sa amin sa ETUlay and ganoon po sa mga students ninyo. And of course, good afternoon po watching from Sorsogon East Central School, Sorsogon City, si Kevin Martin Doluntap, grade 6 SSES advisor ng Jessica Ramiscal. And yun na po muna. Sige, for now, since marami na tayong mga bisita, ayan, marami tayong mga manonood sa araw na ito. So, what will be our lesson for this afternoon? Ayan. So, for our lesson, Mathematics 6, Quarter 2, Week 7. So, halos nasa patapos na tayo ng ating Quarter 2. So, ano nga ba ang ating topic this afternoon? So, our lesson is about describing the set of integers and comparing integers with whole numbers, fractions, and decimals. Okay, ayan. So, again, kami ni Tutor Prince, Unsolved Mate, yours truly, Tutor Andre, your math day. Ay lagi nyo po kami tutukan every Friday, 1 o'clock to 1:40 p.m. Via our FB and YouTube pages shown on your screens right now. Ayan. Okay, so bago muna tayo magsimula ng ating topic, ay hayaan nyo muna discuss ko muna ang homework na pinamigay ko sa inyo last week. So, ang lesson natin last week is about order of operations, with or without exponents, so applying the concept of GEMDAS, no? So, for number 1, we have the given 16 divided by open and close brackets, open and close parentheses, 5 minus 3 plus 2 times 4. So, obviously, pag ganyan ang given, unahin muna natin ang mga grouping symbols. So, we have to perform the numbers inside the parentheses. So, 5 minus 3 plus 2. So, 5 minus 3 is 2. Then, plus 2 is 4. Then, you'll be having 4 times 4. And then, hagroup sila. And then, afterwards, since meron tayong grouping symbol, so we have to perform multiplication for 4 times 4 muna. So, 4 times 4 is 16. Then, we now have 16 divided by 16. And that is equal to 1. So, 1 is the final answer for number 1. And then, for number 2, we have 50 divided by open and close brace. 3 minus 2 times 2 minus 16. So, we have to perform first the expressions or the numbers inside the parentheses. So, in 3 minus 2 muna. So, 3 minus 2 is 1. You have that. And then, after that, we will perform the numbers inside the braces. Yung ating curly, parang pa-curl na parentheses. So, you have 1 times 2. So, 1 times 2 is 2. So, we now have 50 divided by 2 minus 16. And we have a grouping symbol, brackets. So, 50 divided by 2 muna. Then, we have 25. Then minus 16 is 9. So therefore, we have 9 as our final answer. And then afterwards, for our another assignment there, so we have to insert parentheses for the given number there. So 4 plus 4 times 4 divided by 4 minus 4 equals to 4. So actually, maraming possible answers dyan, no? Pero actually, medyo binigyan ko lang kayo ng tricky question kasi sa totoo lang, okay lang naman kahit walang parenthesis yan. Pero for formality, okay lang din nalagyan ng parenthesis. So sa mga sumagot, very good. So just like what we had last meeting, so we applied the GEMDAS. So we multiply, divide from left to right. So we have now 4 plus 16 divided by 4 minus 4. Then we now have to divide 16 by 4. So 16 divided by 4 is 4. So we'll have 4 plus 4 minus 4. And if we perform that, we now add and subtract from left to right. So we have 4 plus 4 is 8. Then minus 4 is 4. So tama yung ating sagot. Or again, gaya nga na nabanggit ko, you may add parentheses. Kasi may mga iba sumagot. So pwede natin lagyan ng parentheses to. Ayan. So we now have 4. We have that. Or pwede rin naman yung iba naglagay ng parentheses dito. No? So, maraming mga possible answers. So, gaya nga na nabanggit ko ay consider natin sila as correct. So, you may do any of those things. As much as possible, you will arrive with the correct answer. So, sino-sino nga ba mga nakakuha ng tamang sagot? So, kilalanin natin ang ating mga soulmates for this, for the last week, for week 6. So, again, sila ay sina Gerald R.V. D. Cantor. Siyempre, di mawawala si Ian Gale R. Dilay. Ayan. Sundan ni Adrian Ray D. Rivera. Of course, si Gracie N. Kionisala. Ayan. Si Jeric Johan S. Ramirez. Ayun. Then after niyan, si Princess Lorraine T. Del Rosario. Wow. We have Gwyneth Angeline L. Tolentino. Wow, daming medals. Of course, si John Vincent A. Gadi. Ayan. Next, hindi mawawala, si Nerwin P. Negal Jr. And of course, we have Enaj Erika J. Galang. Ayan. And syempre, si Maria Erian May B. Zacarias. And of course, we have Henry Stephen P. Kadapan. Ayun. Okay, so for this lesson, we give thanks to the division office for lending us the modules that we are going to use for today. So we have quarter 2 module 8 and quarter 2 module 9. Okay, so let's get started. So sana ay handang-handa na kayo at sana ay may matututunan kayo after our session. So what will be the objectives of our lesson for today? So our objectives are identify and describe the set of integers using real-life situations through a number line. Yan. Then next, illustrate real-life situations involving integers using number lines. Okay. Also, we have to identify positive and negative integers. Next, we compare integers with other numbers such as whole numbers, fractions, and decimals. Then we have use a number line to compare integers with whole numbers, fractions, and decimals. Okay. So, hashtag, baka lang nakalimutan na. So, ano-ano nga ba ang mga nilalaman or tutunan natin na set of real numbers? So, for the set of real numbers, you have the following. So, it is divided into two. Namely, you have first irrational, and syempre, ano yung nawawala? So, kung may irrational numbers, of course, kabaligtaran niya, which is rational numbers. So, we have rational and irrational numbers. Pero syempre, ang focus natin is rational numbers. Then, from rational numbers, we have, again, divided into two. Namely, the following. So, you have non-integers. So, obviously, non-integers ay yun yung mga fractions, decimals, percent, etc. So, syempre, kung meron tayong non-integers, kabaliktaran yan, we have the integers. Ayan. Na-discuss natin maya-maya lamang. Okay, and of course, for integers, we have the following set. Namely, of course, given na tayo ng isa, you have positive integers. So, positive integers are just the same as positive counting numbers, yung the usual way ng pagbibilang natin ng mga bagay-bagay. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Or we have positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, and so on. And then, of course, you have the remaining set. So, aside from positive integers, you have negative integers. So, negative integers, so syempre, counterpart lang ng positive. So, lalagyan lang natin ng negative. So, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and so on. And lastly, of course, 0. So, yun yung importante. So, kasama rin ang 0 sa set of integers. So, do not forget the set of real numbers. So, meron tayong mga yan. Okay. Now, so this is the number line. So, as you can see, we have the representation of the number line. So, 0 is found on the middle of the number line. So, 0 is what you call the neutral number. So, bakit ba siya tinawag na neutral number? Because 0 is neither positive nor negative. Sabihin sa Tagalog, hindi siya positive. Hindi natin siya pwede sabihin na negative 0. So, hindi siya positive, hindi din siya negative. And then, look at the number line. So, as you can see, since you have a number line there, so the numbers or the integers found on the right side of 0 are positive integers. So, makikita sa kanang bahagi ng 0 ay positive integers. You have positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, and so on and so forth. And on the other hand, yung makikita naman sa left side ng 0 are negative integers. So what are the negative integers? So you have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we have the set of integers. Now, look at the given number 9. Let's answer these questions. Okay, so the first one, what integer is 7 units to the left of 0? Ayan, so pansinin natin. So based on the number line, what integer is 7 units to the left of 0? Sa Tagalog, anong integer ang makikita 7 units mula sa kaliwa ng 0? So as you can see, if we have 0 from the start, so we will start at 0. So pupunta tayo 7 units papuntang left. So ano yon? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we stop at negative 7. So therefore, the integer that is found 7 units to the left of 0 is negative 7. Okay. Very good. Aba, gagaling ng ating mga kids. Sumagot negative 7. Ayan. Very good. And so of course, you have the next question. What integer is found 6 units to the right of 6? So ano naman ang makikita na integer 6 units sa kanang bahagi ng 6. So again, refer to the number 9. So we start at positive 6. So we go 6 units to the right. So we count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we end up here. And that integer is positive 12. So the answer is positive 12. Ayan, very good yung ating mga dear students. Ang gagaling sumagot sa ating questions. Very good. For that, I'll give you a very good clap there. Okay, next. So let's have this next one. So integers in real life situations. So let us have here. So identify the integer being described in each situation. So I have here first 3 questions. So kindly give me, or do you think, give the integers that is being described in each situation. So para maintindihan natin, so pag sinabing positive, of course, you will represent the integer for positive if you think that the word involved denotes positivity. So ano ba yung mga word na nagde-denote ng positivity? For example, above, up, rise, yan, yung mga ganon, no? Upward, something like that. So, basta more on positivity. And on the other hand, kapag negative ang integer, so your representation will be, of course, denotes negativity. So, ano ba yung mga example? Below, downward, left. Ayan. So, obviously, mga ganon ang ibig sabihin nun. Okay, so let's have number 1. So, according to the problem, it says, or according to the situation rather, it says, the pole stands 25 feet above the ground. So, take note, you have the word above. So, since the word is above, so we represent number 1 as positive 25. Ayan. Okay. So, take note of that. So, the representation is positive 25. Next, number 2. Glenn has a weight loss of 2 kilograms. So take note, you have the word loss. So nabawasan siya ng 2 kilos or bumaba ng 2 kilograms. So therefore, the representation of that will be negative 2. Okay, and then last example, number 3. the car slid 100 meters down the hill. Okay, so take note, you have the word down. Ayan. So, pababa o pumaibaba yung kotse ng 100 meters mula sa burol. So, therefore, that can be represented as negative 100. Okay, so based on your answers, I am seeing that everybody here got the correct answer. Ang gagawin talaga ng ating mga grade 6 students, madaling makaintindi ng ating lesson. Okay, let's proceed to the next. Ay, meron pa pala. Ayan. So we have numbers 4 and 5. So again, can you tell me what integer is being represented based on the given situation? Okay, so we have number 4. Eden drives 60 kilometers northward. And number 5, I spent 220 pesos for fruits. Okay. So, habang nintay natin, babati sana ako kaso natabunan na kasi ng answers ng ating students yung ating FPV page. So, ayan. So, si Kay daw, good afternoon po. Kay, ayan. Okay. So, ang bibilis sumagot ng ating kids. So, let's see. So, again, number 4, Eden drives 60 kilometers northwards. As you can see, we have the word northward. So, pataas or pasulong, no? So, that means it is represented by positive 60. And on number 5, we have, I spent 220 pesos for fruits. So, you have the word spent. So, obviously, the word spent denotes negativity kasi gumastos ka. So, gumastos ka ng 220 pesos. So, therefore, it is represented by negative 220. Okay. So, again, integer lang po ang hinihingi ko. So, no need to put the peso sign in our case. And units, kilometers. Kasi integer lang hinihingi natin sa problem. So, again, all of the students here got the correct answer. Yeah, very good. Okay, next. Let's have another one. Ayan, let's have activity here. Activity 1, use a number line to identify the integers being described. So just like what we had earlier. So we have here a number line shown on your screens right now. So can you tell me what integer is being described here? Okay, for number 1, ang sabi, an integer that is 8 units to the right of negative 5. Oh, what integer is 8 units to the right of negative 5. Sige, bibigyan ko kayo ng ilang seconds. Mabilis lang naman ito. Okay, so may mga sumasagot. Ayan. According to Kevin Martin Doluntap, the answer is 3, or positive 3. Similarly, kay Henry Stephen Kadapan, kay Jeric Johan Ramirez, positive 3. Ayan, kay Nerwin Negal Jr., positive 3. Okay, so puro 3 ang sagot. Let us see kung tama ang 3. Okay, so I think pare-pares naman ang sagot ng karamihan. Okay, let's see. So again, 8 units to the right of negative 5. So sisimula tayo sa negative 5. So we start here. Ayan. So we will move 8 units to the right. So we count 8 units to the right. So we count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we stop here. And what is this integer? So this is positive 3. So therefore, our answer is positive 3. Or simply 3. Okay, that is correct. Ang gagaling ng ating mga grade 6 students. Ayan, very good. Okay, let's proceed to the second example. What integer is 10 units to the left of 4? Ayan. Ano daw ang integer na makikita 10 units to the left of 4? Ayan. Okay. To the left of 4. Ano kaya? Makakuha kaya ang tamang sagot? Left of 4. Ayan. So, si Kevin Martin ulit ang nauna. Ang sabi niya, negative 6. Ganon din ang sagot ni Henry Stephen Kadapan, ni Gerald RV, ating mga soulmates. Negative 6. Okay. Sige. May other answers ba? Ayan, si Jeric Johan at si Nerwin. Negative 6 din ang sagot. Okay, tingnan natin kung tama ang sagot nila. So again, we'll start at positive 4. So positive 4 is found on the right side of 0. Ayan. So this is 4. And then we will go or move 10 units to the left of 4. So we have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we stop here. So what is this integer? So this is represented by negative 6. So therefore, our answer is negative 6. Ayan, very good. Ang gagaling ng ating mga dear students. Okay, let's proceed to number 3. What integer is found 15 units to the right of 0? So I'm sure may kukuha nyo kagad yan kasi napakadali lang yan, no? So 15 units to the right of 0. Okay. Ayan. So nauna naman ngayon si Henry Stephen, kadapan 15. Ganun din ang sagot ni Kevin Martin, 15. Okay. So obviously, let's see kung tama nga ba ang 15. Yan, si Nerwin Negal, ganun din. Si Jeric, Johan. Okay, let's see kung tama ang sagot. So again, we have 0. So we start at 0. So we move 15 units to the right. So since the number line shown is by 5s, so we'll make it simple na lang. So we may jump 5, 10, and 15. Okay, so we have here, of course, positive 15 or simply 15. Okay, wow, very good. Tama ang sagot ng grade 6 students. Okay, meron pa ba? Ayun, meron pa. Number 4, 7 units to the right of negative 19. 7 units to the right of negative 19. Meron bang makakuha niyan? 7 units to the right of negative 19. So let's see. Okay, so may nauna si Jeric. Sagot niya ay negative 12. Ganun din si Henry Stephen. Nerwin, negative 12. Ayan. Okay. Sige, let's see kung tama nga ba. So hanapin muna natin ang negative 19. So negative 19 lies between negative 20 and negative 15 but closer to negative 20. So we have here negative 19. So we start here. And since we are going to determine the integer found on the right side of negative 19, so we move 7 units to the right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we stop here. So we have this integer. So this is, of course, negative 12. So therefore, our answer here is negative 12. Ayan. So ang gagaling na sumagot ng ating mga kids. So mukhang maintindihan na talaga nila ang integer. Sige, medyo challenge tayo ng konti. Number 5. An integer that is halfway between 14 and negative 2 on a number line. An integer that is halfway between 14 and negative 2 on a number line. Okay, so sa mga hindi po nakakaalam, ano nga ba ibig sabihin ng halfway? So kumbaga, yun yung number or integer na makikita sa gitna, sa pinakagitna ng positive 14 and negative 2. Okay, so ano kaya ang sagot sa number 5? Okay, base sa nakikita ko, we have 8. Okay, according to... Okay, medyo nagkaiba-iba na ng sagot. So, ang sagot ni Lyra Bernardino, negative 12. Sagot ni Jeric Johan ay 8. Si Henry Stephen 8. Adrian 8 pala sagot ni Lyra Bernardino. Okay, so 8. 8.5. 8.5 kay Jeric. Ezekiela Edra 8 din. Okay. Medyo nagkakaiba-iba ng sagot. Sige, let's see. So parating gawin yan. So locate ko na natin ng 14 and negative 2 sa number line. So 14 is found here. So this is 14. And this is negative 2. So we have negative 2 here. Ayan. Okay, so para makita natin yung halfway, pwede natin gawin ng ganito. So, kung anong gagawin natin sa isa, ganoon din gagawin natin sa isa. So, since kailangan nila mag-meet halfway, so hanapin natin sa pinakagitna. So, paano yun? So, let's say from negative 2, move tayo ng isa dito, papuntang right. Then, mag-move tayo ng isa din sa left, sa 14. Then, ganoon din dito. Tatlong movements. So, tatlong movements lang din. Okay, isa-isa lang. Yan. Tatlo. tatlo din. Then, isa dito. Then, isa dito. Oops! So, medyo nag-meet sila sa point na yan. So, therefore, ano yung point na yan? O ano yung integer na yan na makikita? So, nag-meet sila halfway eh. Ayan, no? So, yung distance nila ay ayan. So, yun. No? So, ano tong integer na yan? So, should be positive 6. So, the answer there is positive 6 or simply 6 kasi halfway between 14 and negative 2. So, hopefully, naintindihan nyo na, kids. So, yun yung ibig sabihin halfway. So, yung nasa pinakagitna. Anong integer yung makikita sa pinakagitna ng 14 and negative 2. Positive 6 or 6. Ayan. So, tama na yung mga sagot natin. Okay, so let's now go to the next, comparing integers with fractions and decimals. So, ano nga ba mag-compare ng integers involving fractions and decimals? Okay, let's have this example. Ayan. So, let's consider this problem. During the math camp, Gia and her team is going to solve a challenge. Their task is to compare negative 2 with the numbers given below. Okay, so we have to compare the following numbers first. You have positive 2, 5/10, and 2 and 1/4. Okay, so as you can see, we locate the given points based on the number lines. So if you compare negative 2 to the given numbers, decimals and fractions, 0.5, positive 2, and 2 and 1/4. So, yeah, as you can see, we have located each numbers on the number line. So this is negative 2. We have here 0.5 or 5/10. So we all know that 5/10 is located halfway. Ayan. Yan sabing halfway. It's halfway between 0 and positive 1. So siya ay nasa pinakagitna ng 0 and 1. Then we have here positive 2. Then we all know that 2 and 1/4. So 2 and 1/4 is found between positive 2 and positive 3, but closer to positive 2. Kasi if you have recall, 1/4 is 0.25. So that means 2 and 1/4 is 2.25. So it's somehow closer to positive 2. Now, let's compare the given integer negative 2 to the given numbers positive 2, 0.5, and 2 and 1/4. So what have you noticed? Okay, what relationship symbol are you going to use? So as you can see, based on our observation, since negative 2 is found on the left side of positive 2, and take note that positive numbers are greater than negative integers, or positive integers are greater than negative integers, or the other way, we have negative integers are less than positive integers. So therefore, we can say that negative 2 is less than positive 2. Then similarly, we have negative 2 is less than 0.5, and negative 2 is less than 2 and 1/4. So that's how to compare integers. So mas madali, pwede natin sabihin na mas malalaki o mas malaki ang positive integer kaysa sa negative integer. Or mas maliit ang negative integer kaysa sa positive integer. Okay, ayan. So very good. Sabi, lahat daw ay less than. Okay, so let's have this. Plot and compare. Ayan. So the instruction here says, plot the following numbers on the number line. So the following numbers are, so again so sama na yung integer, fractions, and decimals kasi we're going to compare them. So we have negative 4, negative 2 and 5/10, positive 1, positive 1 and 3/4, and negative 3. Then after you plot the following points, or the following numbers rather, on the number line, you're going to write in the box the appropriate symbol to compare the numbers in each pair. O sige. Ayan. So, ayan ang numbers para i-guide kayo. So, i-plot muna natin sila sa number line. So, let's see. Isa-isay natin. Let's start with -4. So, obviously, -4 is present on the number line. So, we have here -4. Okay, next, you have -2.5 or -2 and 5/10. So, since it's negative, so it's found on the left side of 0, and -2.5 is halfway between -3 and -2. So, siya ay nasa gitna ng -3 and -2, di ba? So, therefore, we have here. So, this is -2.5. Next, we have +1. Okay, look at +1. So, obviously, +1 is found on the right side of 0. So, we have there. Ayan. Then next, we have 1 and 3/4. So, 1 and 3/4 is found between +1 and +2, right? But it's somehow closer to +2 because when you represent 3/4 in decimals, of course, the usual 3/4 is 0.75. So we say that 1 and 3/4 is 1.75. So it's closer to 2. So it's somewhere here. And then lastly, we have -3, so it's found here. Okay, so we already plot the points. So we now determine the relationship symbol. So let's see kung tama ang inyong mga sagot. So nakita ko ang mga answers niyo. Ang sagot, katulad ito ni, medyo natabunan na ng konti. So katulad ni Henry Stephen Kadapa, nasagot niya, greater than, less than, greater than. Ganun din si Rihanna Abadir, greater than, less than, greater than. Similar din kay Jeric Johan, okay? Kay Nerwin Legal. Okay, let's see. So as you can see, you have letter A, 2.5 is blank, -4. So you have +2.5 is blank, -4. So again, madaling intindihin, mas malaki ang positive number kaysa sa negative number. So therefore, we have a greater than here. Then for letter B, we have 1 is blank, 1 and 3/4. So as you can see, based on the number line, since 1 and 3/4 is found on the right side of 1, so habang papalayo tayo ng number, papuntang right, palaki ng palaki yung number. On the other hand, kapag papalayo tayo ng left, papaliit ng papaliit yung number. So therefore, we can say that 1 is less than 1 and 3/4. And then lastly, letter C, you have, okay, based dito, nakalagay kasi dito is 3. Sige, so dahil 3 ito, so we have here 3, dagdagan natin. So 3 here is blank, -2.5. So as you can see, +3 there. And between -2.5, so mas malaki ang +3 kaysa sa -2.5. Okay, so you all did a great job, very good. Okay, let's have another activity. This time, I'll be giving you a minute to answer this. Write the correct relational symbol on the blank. Okay, so we have the following activity. So write the correct relational symbol on the blank. So let's have number 1, +9 is blank, 1/2. Number 2, 36 hundredths is blank, -6. Number 3, 1/3 is blank, +2. Number 4, 0 is blank, -9. And number 5, -5 is blank, -5.8 or -5 and 8 tenths. Okay, so let's see if you can answer all. I'll be giving you 1 minute for that. Ayan. So again, dapat ay alam nyo kung paano mag-compare ng numbers, integers to fractions, and integers to decimals. Also take note of the signs. So in a number line, kapag tayo papunta ng right, habang papunta tayo ng right, papalayo tayo ng papalayo, papuntang right, palaki ng palaki ang number. So it becomes increasing. Then on the other hand, sa number line, kapag tayo ay papunta ng left, papalayo tayo ng papalayo, papuntang left, then yung ating number ay papaliit din ng papaliit. So it's less, it gets lesser. Okay, so let's have number 1. So, mabilisan tayo ha. So, pakicheck na lang yung answers natin kung tama. Okay, so we have number 1. Positive 9 is blank, positive 1/2. So, obviously, they are both positive, but positive 9 is way far than from 0 than 1/2. So, therefore, we can say that positive 9 is greater than 1/2. Okay, next number 2. 0.36 is blank, negative 6. So obviously, 1 is positive and 1 is negative. So mas malaki ang positive sa negative. So we can say that 0.36 is greater than negative 6. Next, number 3. We have 1/3 is blank, positive 2. So they are both positive. But the only thing is, positive 2 is far from 0 than 1/3. So, mas malayo sa 0, papuntang right, mas malaki. So, we can say that 1/3 is less than positive 2. Okay, next, number 4. We have 0 is blank, negative 9. So, from that, we have 0 and negative 9. So, since negative 9 is found on the left side of 0, so we can say that 0 is greater than negative 9. And lastly, number 5, negative 5 is blank, negative 5 and 8 tenths. So we take note that the given numbers are both negative, but somehow, mas malayo sa 0 si negative 5.8 kaysa kay negative 5. Pero that is papuntang left, no? So we can say that negative 5 is greater than negative 5.8. Okay, so sana ay nakuha ninyo ang tamang sagot. So actually, tinitingnan ko yung mga sagot sa comments, and based on your answers, you all got the correct answer. Very good. Ang gagaling ng ating mga grade 6 students. Okay, sige. So let's go to another one. Meron pa pala. Okay. Arrange the numbers in each set in ascending order. Okay, so again, anong ulit ibig sabihin ng ascending order? So ascending order means increasing order, or that is least to greatest. Sige, so this time, i-arrange natin sila. Kasi kanina, nag-compare tayo. Ngayon, i-arrange naman natin sila. Okay, so let's have number 1. So you have negative 2, negative 11 over 5, negative 2.2, and negative 2 and 1/5. Okay. Sige, may makapagsasabi kaya ng arrangement? Okay, so paano nga ba pag ito ang given natin? So may combination ng fraction, may decimal. Okay, so dito sa case natin, we will be consistent. So ibig sabihin, para makita natin kung talagang, para makita natin kung paano yung magiging arrangement, so pwede natin gawin ay, yung mga fractions, pwede natin gawing decimals. No? So how will you do that again? O, di ba tinuro na sa inyo kung paano mag-convert ng fraction to decimal, di ba? Way back. So we have to divide 11 by 5. So for negative 11 over 5, so we divide 11 by 5. So 11 divided by 5, so there are 2, 5's in 11. So 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract, we have 1. So take note, we have 2 and 1/5 when converted to mixed number. So we can say that negative 11 over 5 is equal to negative 2 and 1/5. But if we continue dividing 11 by 5 and want to convert that to decimal, so we have to add a decimal point here, and we have to add the 0. So we have 0 here. So we now have 10. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. So 2 times 5 is 10. So we have a remainder of 0. So we can also say, technically, that negative 2 and 1/5 is equivalent to negative 2.2. So it means this is also negative 2.2. And take note na sa ating given, so this is also negative 2.2 kasi negative 2 and 1/5 yan, di ba? Pare-pareha silang may negative 2.2. So therefore, we can also say that these three numbers are equal to each other. So pwede nyo pag-rambolin niyang tatlo. Kaya lang, meron tayo negative 2. So paano nga ba yung magiging arrangement? Since our instruction is arrange it in ascending order, so ibig sabihin, least to greatest. So our answer here will be, okay, so you may have any of the three. So pwedeng punahin ko muna yung negative 11 fifths, followed by negative 2.2, then negative 2 and 1 fifth, then lastly, you have negative 2. Since mas malaki ang negative 2 kaysa sa negative 2.2. And again, disclaimer, you can rumble the three answers here. So any of the three will do kasi pare-paresa naman silang ng value. So therefore, we have this answer. Ayan. Okay. So sana po ay naintindihan ninyo kung paano mag-arrange. Okay, let's have another one. So I think this will be the last one. Ayun, tamang-tama. Last one na nga to. Okay. So let's have activity 3, number 2. Arrange the numbers in each set in ascending order. So same process. You need to arrange the given numbers in ascending order. So we have the following numbers rather, negative 9, positive 8, negative 1.5, and negative 2/3. So what is the correct arrangement? Okay. So habang nagsasagot kayo, ayan, so ingat po tayo lahat at lalong dumadami ang cases natin as of this time ng COVID-19. So, as much as possible, wag muna tayo lumabas masyado ng bahay. Provided na lang kung may kailangan bilhin or essential. Ayan. Okay, so hinihintay natin ng mga sagot. Ayan. So we have negative 9, positive 8, negative 1.5, and negative 2/3. So isipin nyo maigi, para madali nyo makita kung paano magiging arrangement, pwede nyo rin silang i-plot sa number line. Then, para malaman niyo kung paano yung magiging order, titinan nyo yung mga numbers from left to right. So once na na-plot nyo na yung numbers sa number line, then tingnan nyo yung points na na-plot nyo mula left papuntang right. So that will be the arrangement in ascending order. So base sa nakikita ko, naunang sumagot si Henry Stephen Kadapan. Ang sagot niya ay negative 9, 1.5, negative 2/3, 8. Okay. Iba naman yung sagot ni Kevin Martin Daluntap, negative 9, negative 2/3, negative 1.5, and 8. So nagkabaliktad sa second and third. Kay Adrian Rivera, negative 9, negative 2/3, negative 1.5, and 8. Kay Angeline Mateo, ayun. Kay Nerwin Negal, negative 9, negative 1.5, negative 2/3, and 8. Okay, so medyo may mga nababaliktad, no? So usually, ang tama sa karamihan ay negative 9 and positive 8, yun sa magkabilang dulo. So which is which? Okay, so para malaman natin, okay, total meron tayong decimal na negative 1.5. Okay, so i-convert na lang natin itong negative 2/3 sa decimal. So, as we all know, 2/3 is an example of a fraction that is that decimal, kung decimal equivalent niya ay repeating and non-terminating. Bakit? Kasi if we try to divide 3 by 2, and since your denominator then ay 3, so pag-divide mo yung 2 by 3, so we have 0 point something, ayan. So we have to add 0, so this is 6. So 6 times 3 is 18, so minus 2 is 2. And then we add again another 0, so we have 20. So ganun din, 6, so 18. So tuloy-tuloy ito, no? Ito pala to, then we have 0. So tuloy-tuloy na, puro 6. So therefore, negative 2/3, when converted to decimal, is negative 0.6 with a bar sa taas. So ibig sabihin, umuulit yung digit 6. So we can now say that we now have negative 9, positive 8, and negative 1.5. So based on our observation, we can see that the first integer here, or the smallest one is negative 9. So we start with negative 9, then followed by negative 1.5, ayan. Then we followed by negative 2/3, and lastly, positive 8. So this should be the correct answer. Okay, so parang nakita ko naman sa comments na ganyan din ang sagot nila. So for that, very good kayong lahat. Okay, so I think that is the end of our activity. So for your homework for this week, this is again week 7. So please use the hashtag Math6Q2 week 7. And please use the hashtag ETUlay level up. Ayan. So again, for your homework, what you're going to do is this. Okay, so maiba naman tayo. Instead of solving, you're going to write a real-life situation that involves money, which can be represented by the given integer. So yun ang kailangan ninyong gawin. Mag-isip kayo ng any real-life situation basta involve ang pera or money. So the given integers are -7 and 0. So how will you make a real-life situation involving money given by those integers or represented by those integers? -7 and 0. Okay, so for your feedback, suggestions, and comments, please do scan this QR code shown on your screens right now. And again, for your comments, suggestions, please do email us at edtech@deped.gov.ph. So thank you very much, my dear grade 6 students, and sa lahat po ng mga nanonood. So this has been your tutor for today, Tutor Andre, your math day, and kasama ko din si Tutor Prince. So hopefully makasama ko siya next meeting. Okay, so up next po tayo, Tutor Rose Ann and Tutor Jolly for Mathematics 7. Kung may makakilala kayo na grade 7, please do watch the next session. Okay, so that's all for today, and hope you learned something. Happy Friday, and keep safe, and God bless. Bye-bye.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag ETUlay level up. Huwag aalis ha, dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan. Dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!